Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're here, that means that you want to learn how to drape a silk sari in the traditional navy drape. I feel like a lot of people are intimidated by the silk sari, but it is one of my favorite saris to drape, and it can truly make you look elegant and classic once it's draped properly. So this video is going to be actually in two parts. In this video, I'm going to show you how to pleat and prep your sari. I recommend doing this the night before, or if you're traveling, the night before you're traveling, so that you can put it into your suitcase. And I'll also take you through how to store it overnight or into your suitcase. So let's get started. First step is you want to iron the entire length of the sari. I know it takes a lot of time, but it's gonna help you actually pleat faster and drape easier. So it's gonna lend for a more beautiful drape if you just take that extra time and iron the entire sari. Okay, once you've done ironing, you want to measure the length of the pallu. When I pleat my pallu, I like it to be super long, so almost hit the back of my ankle. This is the length that I'll be pleating into the pallu. So once you've got that, you want to just put it over the ironing board and start taking your pleats. So what you do is you determine the width that you'd like the pleats to be, and just grab approximately the same spot on both ends, pull it up, and then lay it down over the next layer. And you just keep repeating that until you get to the end. Okay, when I have 3 or 4 pleats like this, especially with the sari, you see how it's kind of like not staying put? You want to pin that down so you don't lose your hard work. So I'll do this like every 2 to 3 pleats. You just want to make sure that this part isn't wider than your top pleat. So as long as you keep that in mind, then the rest is easy to do. So I have a little bit left, but not enough to take another pleat. What I'm going to do is just fold it over. So you'll see what I'm going to do in a minute. I'm just checking that as I go, that this end isn't like coming over the other side, like here. And if it is, you can just always kind of like cheat, and what I'm going to do is just take this and do that. This is a trick that I learned from Anna, where both this side and this side is like the finished end, especially important for brides. And then for the chest pleat, I'll show you what to do to ensure that you still get the pleats facing the right way. Pin this down. And here you can take the opportunity to kind of fan out the pleats if you'd like. I'm doing it because my pleats are kind of sticking out here, so that's like a little hack that you can do to ensure they don't stick out. Okay, and because I'm gonna iron these pleats down, what I'm gonna do is add a pin here so that when I go to iron, it's easier for me. And this is the last pin. So usually this last one would be facing this way, and you would see like the inside part, but what you do is you basically make sure that both sides is the good part of the sari. And then you're probably wondering, how can I get the chest pleats to look good? In this sari, it doesn't really matter, but I'll show you what to do when there's a border right up where your chest pleats will be. So before you start ironing the pleats, you want to make sure that the pallu is as long as you want it. My shoulder, and I like that length. So just keep it, like mark that with your finger, and it's not that much of a difference. It's about like 2 inches. So I'm just going to move that last pin about 2 inches. So then once you're happy with the length of the pallu, you want to start ironing it. The reason I iron the pallu is so that I can remove the safety pins and not worry about the pleats kind of being puffy or kind of coming undone. So you'll get those nice crisp pleats throughout your entire pallu. Don't worry too much about it being perfect, but once you get to the chest pleats, you really want to focus and make sure that it's perfect. This, you just want to make sure it's pressed down nicely. Doesn't have to be too perfect. Once you get to that last safety pin, you just want to pull it up, take the extra time to make these pleats and fan them out, because this is what's going to go over your chest, and you want this to be as perfect as possible. I'm just fanning them out. And if you remember, the inside pleat is facing the right way, so you just want to kind of flip it. really take the time to like show this part a lot of love. For a saree like this, that's, you know, the material is not that puffy and the silk is super malleable, you don't need to do this part, but I like doing it because it looks nice. You can press it down once you're happy and you're stuck with these pleats for this drape. So make sure you're super happy. And then pull it up a little bit and see how like the iron has made it like really crisp and then it's kind of puffy here. You want that to be gradual. So what I'm gonna do is kind of fan out the pleats again, but instead of really pushing down, I'm gonna like push down and then lift up so that it's like a gradual release so you don't get that harsh line here. So just press a little bit and just lift up. Once you're done ironing, you just wanna make sure that you're happy with the pleats. So just put it over yourself and make sure that what you expected the pleats to do and how you expected them to look, that's how they look. And here, if you're not happy, if you feel like the pleats aren't exactly how you'd like them, then go back to the ironing board and get them right before you store them. Once I've pleated and ironed the pallu, I will hang it on my mannequin or dress form. If you don't have one of these, then I will show you how to also hang it on a hanger. So what I do is just take the pallu and put it over the shoulder and then fan this part out. And it's so satisfying to look at. And then you want to just take the end. And what I try to do is put as least amount of folds as possible in it. So very loosely, you want to just kind of fold it up to here. So this is the part that would go around your body normally and take up the front pleats. So just a really quick fold like that. And another fold like that, and then one final fold. And so you have kind of like the width of a hanger. And then what I do is I'll just bring it around and just take a safety pin and pin it in. The reason I put it on a mannequin is so that these folds don't get any wrinkles or anything like that, because this is the part that you'll see the most in a drape, and then also the rest of the saree is nicely tucked away. If you don't have a mannequin, you can hang it on a hanger, and I'm gonna show you how. So you just take the folds you put in, so here's the folds, and you just take the pallu, so fold in right hand, pallu in the other, put it on top like that, and then take all of that and put it through the hanger. And so then you can hang this in your closet and have it ready for the next morning. Or if you're traveling, you can fold it again. If you have space in your suitcase, I would just lie it flat like this on top so that it has the least amount of folds in it, and then you can still iron it again when you get to your destination. And that's how you pleat, iron, and prep your saree so that the morning of your event, you are relaxed and you can really just focus on draping your saree. Part 2 will follow this video. I hope you guys found this useful. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment box below. Hit the like button and tune in for part 2. Thanks, guys.